The Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks getting ready to go for the second time this season. Back in December on the 7th in Chicago, the Knicks were beaten by the Bulls 108-98. Right now we're set for the singing of our national anthem. Here's Ron Raines.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Always a powerful rendition by Ron Raines.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison
The
Square
New York
Garden.
Knicks with the distinction of being the only club in the NBA with a better record on the road than at home. Something that they would like to correct. All right, let's go to the starting lineups. Mike Wlosewski on the public address.
Number 5, John Paxson. And number 23, Captain Michael Jordan. At the forwards, number 33, Scottie Pippen. And number 54, Horace Grant. At center, number 24, Bill Cartwright. The trainer is Chip Schaefer. The assistant coach is John Bott, Jim Clemens, and Tex Winter. And the head coach, Phil Jackson. And now, here they are, New York's biggest thrill, the New York Knickerbockers. At the guards, number 1, Maurice Cheeks. And number 21, Gerald Wilkins. At the forwards, number 34, Charles Oakley. And number 55, Kiki Vandeweghe. At center, number 33, co-captain Patrick Ewing. The assistant trainer is Tim Walsh. The trainer is Mike Saunders. The assistant coaches Paul Silas, Jeff Van Gundy, and Bob Salmi. And the head coach, John McLeod.
And yes, the Knicks have lost the last 4 straight to the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, a major reason for that success, comes in averaging just under 31 points per game. Earlier, we asked Michael for his assessment of the New York Knicks.
Well, they don't have any cohesiveness right now. They certainly don't have the continuity and the chemistry that they want to have at this time of the season, and we just got to keep them thinking that way. You know, we can't give them a second breath of air. You know, they got a very potent basketball team. Anytime you got Patrick Ewing on the team and Oakley who can rebound the ball, you know, they got some good foundations there. But, you know, from our standpoint, we have to keep them thinking and negative about their team right now.
Particularly well done by the diplomat, although he said some things there that are right on. Michael, in his auditioning about a month ago for general manager's role, proved that he can speak well on the subject of other teams. He was very concerned about that Walter Davis thing that didn't go the Chicago Bulls way, and that's when he emerged as an executive in training.
And the Bulls general manager, Jerry Krause, although very careful, very diplomatic, not to strike back at Michael Jordan, did not exactly appreciate the statements putting the pressure on Jerry Krause, as Michael felt that the Bulls should have gone after Walter Davis. Bulls had a chance to sign him last season, but Davis at that time felt he did not want to move out of Denver. Well, the Knicks control the tip. Mike Mathis, Ken Mauer, Ron Olesiak are the officials. Ewing And last touched by Oakley.
The Knicks have to be alert to the double teaming efforts by Jordan. He just did it to Ewing. He didn't bother Patrick that much, but that means his man is open, and he will cheat and try and come in and disturb the man with the ball all game long, which means he's an open man.
Now Jordan in the one-on-one against Wilkins gets right to it. And that is a situation where Gerald had to respect the quickness and the driving ability of Michael Jordan, so he laid off.
Well, if you're going to be playing Michael, you'd rather him shoot the jump shot than be embarrassed by the driving stuff.
Nice pass from Oakley. It counts, and the foul. Wilkins will go to the line.
Well, the Knicks found themselves with a wide open floor offensively. It opened up some holes. Everybody was going toward the basketball, Jordan included, and Gerald got free.
So Gerald Wilkins to the line. He was fouled by John Paxson. The Knicks take a 3-2 lead. Chicago Bulls leading the Central Division, 33 up, 14 down. They've won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5. Paxson with the step. And here's Wilkins, 1-on-3. Ewing. Knicks take a 5-2 lead. The Bulls, with the record of 33 and 14, have their best record after 47 games, equaling their top mark in team history. Jordan. Knicks by 1. The Bulls back in 71 and 72 were 33 and 14 and finished the season at 57 up, 25 down. Wilkins guarded by Jordan. And Gerald Wilkins getting off quickly. In the past, that has been the key against Michael Jordan. Wilkins has done a decent job, usually with help later on from Trent Tucker. And the key is for Gerald to occupy Jordan at the other end, and he's done it.
Yes, and get his respect so that Michael has to be concerned about his man.
Oakley forced out by Grant. Oakley with the drive and rebounded by Grant.
He really didn't have control over that shot.
Paxson rejected by Ewing. Good play by Patrick Ewing, surging to make contact with that shot attempt.
Yes, he read the situation so well and left his man and just made a great play.
Scottie Pippen inbounding. Here's Grant. Horace Grant, who comes off a 10 for 13 Tuesday night in the victory over Atlanta. He had 23 points. Bulls down 7-6.
Bulls shot the eyes out of the basket the other night. 65% from the field.
Beat the Hawks by 10. And Ewing has given the Knicks a 9-6 lead. That game Tuesday night played in Chicago, where the Bulls have now won 14 in a row. They're 19 and 3 at home. Paxson used the pick, caught right, drew the foul.
Mistake by Ewing going for the fake. Something that he has been unable to shake. It must disappear from his game, particularly from a Bill Cartwright. Let him shoot the jump shot from 15 feet.
Jordan off the double team. Routinely spectacular. Knicks 9, Bulls 8.
I've heard that description before, or something like it. You stealing.
John, there are certain phrases of yours I've admired. Vandaway from downtown. The Knicks with a 12-8 lead. Kiki Vandaway had a good one against Indiana, 21 points, 7 for 11 from the field. 4 minutes gone by in this first quarter. Wilkins jumping out and called for the foul.
Vandaway is making better than 45% from the field over his last 12 games in three-point shooting.
Jordan with the fake. And he is on fire. He's opened up 4 out of 4. The Knicks lead it 12-10. The Bulls' philosophy this season, with Jordan on occasion coming out early prior to the warm-ups, has been for Michael to get going in the first quarter. Back at the Garden, John has invited a number of his celebrity friends. There's Bill Murray, Ahmad Rashad, Brian Leach, and Ty Domi of the New York Rangers, Bill Walton, and MC Hammer on hand. How'd you get that many tickets, John?
Oh, all day it took me, Marv. Also, a lot of celebrities in training I see at the end of the bench. Some young fellas there, very lucky to be so close.
Oakley with a post-up move. Won't count. Offensive interference. That may have been the best post-up move of the season for Charles Oakley, but he is stripped of the satisfaction of the field goal.
Boy, you hit it right on the head. That was, because he just shoveled it up and it went in.
Knicks lead it 12-10. 7:28 remaining in this first quarter. Offensive foul on Cartwright. So Ty Domi and Brian Leach of the Rangers on hand. Ty Domi coming off a couple of heavyweight clashes last night against the New Jersey Devils. Wilkins stumbled and lost it.
I think he was tripped by Oakley.
Jordan met by Vandeweghe, finds Pippen, and he was hacked.
Good play, though, by Ewing. Scottie Pippen going for the stuff. And the Knicks showing that that can't happen too easily. Jordan so elusive, finds Pippen, goes airborne, and Ewing challenges him.
Scottie Pippen, not a good free throw shooter at 68%. His offense has been up. He's averaging 17 per game. Substitution, Rod Mustaf replacing Patrick Ewing. John McLeod staying away from Eddie Wilkins these days, who in the past had been the backup center. The other night against the Pacers, he went with Brian Quinnett instead of Eddie Wilkins, and an early substitution for Mustaf. It will be Nick Ball.
As of tonight, he has the backup to Ewing position, and part of that is because of his ability to participate in double teams successfully.
And a successful double team by the Bulls. Wilkins tied up. Wilkins jumping against the 6'10" Horace Grant. And Gerald controls the tip. Cheeks on the run. Oakley on the follow. Knicks wanted a goaltend, but they get the bucket. They lead it 14-10. Pippen. Vandeweghe able to stay right with him. Cartwright posting on Mustaf. Cartwright wants the ball. Here's Grant. Horace Grant showing the outside touch. His second field goal. Knicks 14, Chicago 12.
Boy, those Grant brothers are lighting up the NBA this year with their scoring. And with the Bullets is having a sensational year, and it's that ability to shoot the jump shot like Horace just showed.
It will be Nick Ball with 9 on the 24. Here's Stacey King, second-year man from Oklahoma, replacing Bill Cartwright, who did not score. Chicago with a front line of Pippen, Grant, and King. Wilkins rejected. Wilkins rejected. Consecutive blocks by Jordan. And it's a 2-on-1. Look out. Jordan. Well, at the defensive end, Michael Jordan with consecutive block shots on Gerald Wilkins, and then he capped it off.
He is an all-defensive player for the last 4 years, and that's an example of his skills as a defender. 3 years ago, he was the NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
B.J. Armstrong checking in for the first time. And he replaces a limping John Paxson. Paxson sitting down, and the Bulls trainer will check him out. Game tied at 14. 5:45 remaining in this first quarter. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Troutwood, Walt, Clyde Frazier from the Garden. Cheeks nearly picked it off, and a pushing foul call. It's on King. As Cheeks made the steal, he was shoved, and it will be Nick Ball.
One of Stacey King's many problems this year has been the fact that he came in so heavy, out of shape, and the Bulls still feel he's carrying too much weight. When you have too much weight, sometimes you push instead of move your feet.
And there have been trade rumors concerning King. Mustaf able to hit over King to give the Knicks a 16-14 lead.
Lovely studied move by Gerard Mustaf.
Jordan off the double team. Here's Armstrong, and he is clobbered by Mustaf. B.J. Armstrong, #1 draft pick of the Bulls last year out of Iowa, will go to the line. He had a good one against Atlanta Tuesday night. He tied his season high, 18 points on 8 out of 10 from the field.
Last 2 games, 13 out of 17 from the field for Armstrong. Now, Marv, he is certainly capable of leading this team as a point guard. The reason he doesn't start is because if Paxson were playing with the second unit, John Paxson that is, who's such a good outside shooter, he would not be the recipient of double teaming situations. When Paxson is out there, Jordan's double teamed a lot. Pippen, Cartwright, and he gets the open shots as a result. He can't create his own shots, and that's why he starts, because he is the good victim of double teaming on the front team, and he gets those open jump shots, which he's so good at.
And they're checking out John Paxson, who limped off a moment ago. Once again, the good defensive effort by the Bulls leading to the Knick turnover. Game tied at 16. Pippen off the hesitation dribble, set up Armstrong. That was a 3-point attempt, kept alive. Armstrong guarded by Cheeks. King. Here's Stacey King. Nice move, and the Bulls lead it by 2.
His greatest asset, what he brings to the table night in and night out, is his ability to score. And that was a fine, impressive move. He was a good distance from the basket.
Stacey King originally listed as a center. That's where he is playing right now, but he has more of a power game suited to the power forward position. Banned away on a quick release. And the loose ball foul called by the outside official, Mike Mathis. It's on Oakley. It puts the Knicks over the foul limit. So Grant to the line.
It's always an interesting matchup. Grant was the reason why the Bulls felt they could live without Charles Oakley when the Knicks made the trade sending Bill Cartwright to Chicago. Grant was not at the level he's at now in the NBA, but they clearly have made a good judgment. He has continued to get better. He's got more muscular, and he's developed an offensive game that doesn't resemble what it was a couple of years ago. So they made a good judgment on Horace Grant's development. He has come through.
Grant also struggles at the line at 66%, but he hits both. Bulls by 4. 4:15 remaining in this first quarter. They double up on Vandeweghe. The Bulls providing problems for the Knicks with the press. Cheeks lost it. Pippen stealing on the reach-in. It's a 4-on-1. Jordan with the look-away. Pippen goes by 6. Knicks on the transition get down. Wilkins. And back come the Bulls. Another fast break. It's a 4-on-3. Armstrong pulls it up. Grant around Oakley.
Easily done.
The Bulls by 8. They've reeled off 10 consecutive points. Knicks hearing it from the crowd. Timeout taken with 3:32 to go in the first quarter.
Something that hasn't been talked about much in the NBA this year is the Bulls' defense. They're a much improved defensive team. As Michael Jordan showed Gerald Wilkins, successive shot blocks opened up a scoring opportunity for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen giving that ball to Michael. Oh, one of the rare moments he gets free in a game, and he gave the fans under the hoop something special. Michael Jordan landing early, and it's only the first quarter, and he's been perfect so far.
Chicago Bulls, sparked by Michael Jordan, have reeled off 10 consecutive points in the midst of a 14-2 run and lead the Knicks 24-16. Vandeweghe given the room. Bulls 24, the Knicks 18.
Very important for the Knicks to keep the ball in Vandeweghe's hands as much as possible. Too many moments go by when he doesn't touch the ball. He loses the feel, loses the touch.
Trent Tucker replacing Gerald Wilkins. Phil Jackson in a mild disagreement. Thought there should have been a foul called, a pushing call. Tucker now guarding Jordan. And Jordan with the spin, but he went short on the reverse. Here's Tucker loose and fires. Yes, Trent Tucker off the bench and immediately hits.
John McLeod told me before the game, he said to Trent, I want you to shoot. I want you out there to score. Of course, his defense is very important and an asset, as he showed the other night in Indiana, but Trent got the message early.
You get the feeling that John McLeod has changed his mind about Trent Tucker. He was being pushed aside. I know John was talking about the fact, well, it's, as you would say, the numbers game. We're trying to take a look at a lot of people, and John Starks was getting the playing time. Starks has been invisible in terms of minutes recently. Grant calls for the foul, but Tucker kept quiet and made his presence felt when he would get the time. He's played well, both offensively and defensively, and again, he's a factor. He's also part of all the trade speculation that's going on. That's yet another element that has to be considered. How about all the rumors today? Vandeweghe, Oakley able to recover, and the Bulls now lead at 24-22. The name Ricky Pierce floating around the New York area. Speculation of a 3-team deal involving the Clippers and Milwaukee and the Knicks. B.J. Armstrong providing a 4-point Chicago lead.
Knicks leaving open shooters on the double team. That can't be allowed to continue. Al Bianchi was telling the writers before the game, yes, he likes Ricky Pierce. Yes, he'd be interested in him. But there is such a thing as a salary cap, and that looms as a big problem in solving that situation. And the reports of an imminent deal, I don't think it's as imminent as the papers have made us feel today.
Well, the key name being mentioned as to the man the Knicks would give up, Mark Jackson, and the salary cap difficulty may involve Jackson more so than Pierce. If it's a three-way deal, Jackson would end up with the Clippers, Ken Norman would go to Milwaukee, and Pierce would come to New York. I don't know if Mark Jackson can fit into the Clipper salary structure. Minute and a half left in this first quarter, and the Bulls lead it 26-22. Jordan.
That's the key. Give him plenty of room. Don't have anyone in front of him, and he may miss.
He hit his first 5. He's missed his last 2. Mustaf rejected by Jordan. 3 blocks for Jordan, and now on the steal, puts the move on Vandeweghe and hits.
He takes your breath away, as well as the opponents.
It's the Bulls 28 and the Knicks 22. 12 points for Jordan.
Mustaf's slowness in his moves costs him on plays like that, as did the turnover to the intended pass to Oakley moments ago, Marv. He's too slow in his execution.
Armstrong. And Jordan knocks it out. It will be Nick Ball with 36 seconds to go in this first quarter. It's the Bulls 28, Knicks 22. Light pressure by Chicago. Now they drop back. Sheets and Tucker in the backcourt. Oakley with Vandeweghe and Mustaf up front. Oakley setting a pick. Tucker from downtown. Rebound, Oakley. Blew the layup. Oakley blew the layup. And a loose ball foul. No, offensive interference.
He makes his own life so difficult by going away from the basket in his attempt to put the ball in the basket.
15 seconds left in the first quarter. Bulls by 6. They'll hold for a final shot. Down to 5. Last touched by the Knicks. 4 1/10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Jordan and Tucker battling each other. Jordan not pleased that Trent was hand checking. And the bad pass cost. Let's see, will it count? Yes. Oh, Phil Jackson is very unhappy.
I don't see any reason why. I think it made it.
Oh, very unhappy about this whole sequence.
I thought you meant the call. Charles Oakley with his hands on the ball sees the elusive Maurice Cheeks. Just makes it.
So after one, Bulls 28, the Knicks 24. Well, with tonight's capacity crowd here at the Garden, the Knicks have reached the 20 million mark in all-time regular season home attendance at the Garden. And we have fan number 20 million. He is alongside Al Troutwood. Let's go to Al.
All right, Marv, it took a lot of figuring, but you're looking at Nick Rails, Fort Lee, New Jersey. Nick, you have to be thrilled and honored to be the 20 millionth Knick fan.
I just found out about it. I wasn't sure. I've been waiting down below in Penn Station for the last couple of weeks. Ever since I heard this 20 million thing was coming up, and I've been coming in and out. So every night of the dog show, hoping that I'd be the 20 millionth, and it's just caps off an incredible week because I'm also the 2 billionth person to eat a hot dog here at the Garden too. It's been an unbelievable week. I'm really excited.
It's the kind of thing that could really propel you to notoriety and fame. I mean, you never know where this could lead.
Well, all the ushers here know me now, so I mean, it's a start. You got to start someplace. You got to have people that know you and know about you and know you're not going to cause any trouble.
Even a little added juice to come in and have Michael Jordan at the game where you are the 20 millionth fan. It sort of takes a little bit away from Michael Jordan, don't you think?
No, he's done very well on his own, Al. I hate to take anything away from him tonight. I mean, it's my night, and I know he feels that way too.
Well, Nick, enjoy all the gifts that the Knicks have bestowed upon you.
Thank you. What did I get? What do I win?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Thank you very much. Nick Rails, the 20 millionth fan, Marv. Back to you.
All right, Al, another penetrating interview by our sideline Cub reporter, Al Troutwood. Nick Rails, huh?
I know Nick still asking if he's getting anything.
Yes.
Even after the mic was off.
Well, Maurice Cheeks called for that foul that sent Bill Cartwright to the line. Mark Jackson has entered the contest. Craig Hodges has checked in, replacing Michael Jordan. Bulls 12 for 19 in the first quarter. The Bulls now lead it by the score of 30 to 24. Oakley with a spin and another gorgeous move. Has Charles taken a quickie course the last couple of nights?
Marv, he is tough going left. He doesn't show it that much, that move. That was gorgeous. That was smooth from beginning to end.
John, I did not want to confuse you. That was Bill Murray.
The Bill Murray?
Cartwright and the Bulls with a 32-26 lead. But the stats we put up a moment ago prior to the chat between Al and Bill was accurate. The Knicks reaching the 20 million mark in all-time regular season home attendance at the Garden. That does not include the playoffs, nor does it include home games at the old 69th Regiment Armory. King whipping by Cornette, and the Bulls lead it by 8. John McLeod now has Mark Jackson and Trent Tucker at the guards. Patrick Ewing up front with Brian Cornette and Charles Oakley. Nice pass, Tucker in a mix-up by the Bulls, able to work his way free.
Stacey King didn't pay attention. He was just concentrating on Oakley, and Tucker slipped in there.
Cornette guarding Cliff Livingston. Livingston making his first appearance.
Cornette better keep him off the boards. That's Livingston's thing, offensive rebounding.
Livingston with the fadeaway. And here's Jackson. Cornette from two-point range. Rebounded by Cartwright. B.J. Armstrong with the step. And King right there. Good play by Ewing. He changed the direction of that shot by Armstrong, but it freed up Stacey King. Bulls lead it by 8. The double team on Jackson. 7 on the 24. Here's Ewing over Livingston. Rebounded by King. Stolen by Oakley. Well, Charles Oakley, the one-time Chicago Bull, has been an offensive presence in the first half. He has 8 points along with 6 rebounds. 6-point Chicago lead. Hodges off the pick. Greg Hodges still enjoying conversations concerning his shooting performance in the three-point competition Saturday night at the All-Star weekend in Charlotte, although he went only 1 for 3 in regular season play when he resumed Tuesday against Atlanta. But we were chatting about his incredible performance just prior to the game. And Greg smiles a lot when he talks about it.
As he should. It was one of the happier moments, certainly the highlight of this season. Craig is playing shade under 8 minutes a game, and he is not having a good year.
Hodges off the screen. King moving on Walker, who just came on, and Kenny Walker with the rebound. Knicks down by 8. 4 minutes gone by in the second. Ewing squaring up on Cartwright. 6 points for Ewing. The Bulls 38, the Knicks 32. Cartwright feeling around to see where Ewing is. Nice move by King. However, won't count. He was traveling. So nice. But he's called for steps.
Tough matchup for Kenny Walker. King at 6'10" and a lot of bulk on him is giving Walker fits down low.
Ewing won't count. Offensive foul. So that is number 3 on Patrick Ewing.
Patrick flashing into the pivot. Bangs into Bill Cartwright. And when you see it in replay, there's no question about who initiated the contact.
We will not see Patrick Ewing until the third quarter. And we have 7.5 remaining in the second. Again, Mustaf replaces Ewing. And the Bulls look to go right at him. Armstrong for Cartwright. And it will be Chicago ball. Cartwright was surprised. He thought he tucked it last. But the Bulls maintain possession. Livingston will throw in. Livingston, King, and Cartwright up front. Long rest for Michael Jordan, who had the good first quarter. Nice touch. Only 2 remaining on the shot clock, so he had to pump it up. But that, not what he had in mind.
And Trent Tucker guarding him knows about jump shooting. Those two of the best long-range jump shooters in the NBA matched up against each other.
Hodges providing pressure on Jackson, and a timeout taken by the Knicks. 7 minutes, 7 seconds to go. First half. It's the Bulls by 6.
The real winner knows how to party right. Please use good sense when you drink and know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Well, Saturday, MSG presents a college basketball bonanza. 5 big games. Check out the rundown. It starts at 2 and continues on past the midnight hour. That'll be right here on the MSG Network, the best in the game. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Troutwood, Walt Clyde Frazier. Capacity crowd here at the Garden. The Knicks trailing the Chicago Bulls by 6. Look out. King able to hold on. And Armstrong met by Jackson, able to get it down. Armstrong and Hodges in the backcourt. The rest period for Jordan continues. He had a 12-point first quarter, also had a couple of steals and 3 blocked shots. Here's King, rebounded by Livingston. Jackson puts the move on Armstrong. Tucker and Jackson are at the guards. Mustaf with Walker and Quinnett on the front line. It will be Nick Ball with 10 on the 24.
With Ewing out of the lineup, it creates a whole new sense of feeling of needs out there, and Trent Tucker and Mark Jackson have to figure out who they're going to give the ball to.
Tucker from downtown. Here comes King for Hodges. Loose ball foul on Mustaf. And Michael Jordan getting set to make his return. Jordan and Pippen come on. Here comes Grant. Vandaway back, replacing Quinnett. And Gerald Wilkins returns. Trent Tucker will depart. Knicks now with Mustaf, Vandaway, and Walker up front. Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt. Here's Jordan. Oh, tipped home by Cartwright.
Not even a sense of awareness, an attempt, a concept of blocking out Cartwright, who's taller than any of the Knicks on the court right now.
6 points for Bill Cartwright. Walker with the open jump. Bulls 40 and the Knicks 34. Kenny Walker hitting on his first field goal attempt. Grant. And an offensive foul. He backed into Walker, used the elbow. Grant picks up his second.
Bill Jackson doing something different that he's done much of this year and playing Craig Hodges as the point guard.
Incidentally, Dennis Hobson, who has been a major disappointment, sitting out because of a bruised left toe.
Mark Jackson guessing at a pass over his head, and it was off target.
Craig Hodges off the mark from three-point range. Wilkins bottled up by Jordan, but able to recover.
Oh, Gerald's quickness beat Bill Cartwright.
Chicago by 4. 4:45 left, first half. Hodges, that's a 2-point attempt. Vandaway lost it. And Grant able to take advantage.
So frustrating for Vandaway. Get one hand on the ball, can't control it, and right into the hands of the enemy. Oh.
Chicago by 6. John Paxson getting set to return. He hobbled off earlier. Apparently will give it a shot. Mustaf over Cartwright. Bad shot by Gerard Mustaf.
Well, he's happy to get the shot off, but let's face it, if you don't think you can make it, pass it to someone else and wait for the next opportunity.
Hodges, and it's Grant getting inside.
See, it's Mark Jackson's inability to contain Hodges, who's a flat-footed jump shooter. If he beats you off the dribble, that creates problems, and that's what upset the balance of the internal defense.
It's the Bulls 44, the Knicks 36. Maurice Cheeks getting set to return. And Jackson hit on the reach-in by Pippen. No, they say Hodges with his first. Here's Paxson back, and Cheeks for Jackson.
Unfortunately, in the real world, Mark Jackson is now in the position where if he doesn't shine when he gets in the game, he's going to be out. The only way he stays in now if he plays well right away, and he did not have sparkling moments here in the first half.
And that's the case against the Pacers Tuesday night. He got the hook, was not happy about it. You could breathe that. Did not play badly. Went 16 minutes, 6 points, 6 assists, and did not get daylight in the second half. Gerald Wilkins with 9. The Bulls lead it by 6.
Problems are defensive, Marv. That's what draws the negative attention to John McLeod. He had 6 assists in 16 minutes. Cheeks had 6 assists in 32.
Timeout has been called. We'll be back in a moment.
Craig Hodges getting time as a point guard now. He also will take the jump shots when they come his way. Vandeweghe on the rebound attempt couldn't control the ball. And Grant in there for the easy slam dunk. Grant also in there hanging around the boards, got inside Kenny Walker, and the Bulls are getting some easy baskets.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go, first half. And the Knicks down by 6. 10 on the 24. Cartwright off a good lead pass. Pippen with the setup. Cartwright has 8, and the Bulls up 46-38.
In a mismatch, Vandeweghe found himself on Cartwright and couldn't get around that building called Bill Cartwright, and the Bulls struck at it right away.
Patrick Ewing sitting down after picking up his 3rd personal. Vandeweghe with 7. Chicago leading it 46-40. 2.5 left. First half.
Get the feeling that the Bulls are very much in control, and yet it's only a 6-point lead.
Pippen off the weave, got it back to Paxson. Oh, John Paxson with his first field goal. John Paxson in his 8th season out of Notre Dame. Spent a couple of years with San Antonio. This is 6th year with Chicago.
John Paxson is the 8th leading shooter in the NBA right now and the only guard in the top 10. And what a move by Charles Oakley. He's hurting the Bulls on the Knicks offensive boards.
6-point Bulls lead. We're just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Grant setting the pick for Pippen. Oh. And Paxson will get the new 24. Jordan from downtown. Michael Jordan showing us every phase of his game in the first half, and he's opened up a 9-point lead. It's the biggest of the night.
Interesting about Jordan as we look at Vandeweghe find Gerald Wilkins, who steps out of bounds on that attempted lead pass. Jordan in the first 5 years in the league made only 58 3-point shots over 5 years. Last year he made 92. So he's really gotten into the rhythm of shooting 3-point shots.
Knicks with their 12th turnover just a moment ago. Here's Jordan off the screen. And on a switch. Cuts left. And he'll go to the line. He was blocked by Oakley. That's 2 on Oakley. Michael Jordan, an 84% free throw shooter. He comes in averaging 30.8 per game. That leads the NBA, followed by Charles Barkley and Bernard King. And Michael Jordan, thus far today, 7 for 10 from the field, including that 3-pointer. He now has 16 points.
Well, he's led the NBA in scoring for 4 straight years coming into this year. Looked like he wasn't going to go in that direction for quite a while, but he's first now. And for his career, he's averaging 32.6, tops all time, all time. Wilt Chamberlain, by the way, 30 a game over his career, and Kareem, 24.
Again, the Bulls showing pressure, and it slowed the Knicks down. Bulls have pulled away to an 11-point advantage. We're down to 50 seconds to go in the first half, and the Bulls have done it in methodical fashion. Pippen with the room. Chicago up 55-42. Half minute remaining, first half. Vandeweghe. That was a 3-point attempt. And here are the Bulls on the run. Knicks able to get back. Jordan says hold for 1.
Only in the last 90 seconds have the Bulls been able to make the Knicks pay for their lack of Patrick Ewing's presence.
See the time running down. 5 seconds left. Down to 3. Jordan from 3-point land. So at the half, here at the Garden, it's the Bulls 55 and the Knicks 42. We'll be back with our halftime. Lisa Burkhart will be at the MSG Sports Desk to run down what is going on elsewhere. Alan Clyde will check out the first half highlights, and we'll be back here at Madison Square Garden right after these messages.
Back at Madison Square Garden, the Chicago Bulls lead the New York Knicks 55-42. The leading scorers are brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers, Advantage Jeep and Eagle. Michael Jordan leading the way, 17 points, most of those in the first quarter. He had 12 at the end of the first stanza, shot 7 of 11, and pretty much had the Garden captivated. Grant with 12, Cartwright with 8, and on down the line, but Michael Jordan set the tone for this one. Charles Oakley led the way for the Knicks with 10 points. Gerald Wilkins 9, Patrick Ewing only 6, bothered by fouls in the first half as the Knicks trail by 13, the Bulls with their biggest lead. Walt Clyde Frazier joining me here again at the half. And Clyde, you look at the New York Knicks, they've been to the free throw line for 1 free throw attempt. Should they be mad at the officials or at themselves?
Well, it's pathetic what happened because of the early foul trouble by Patrick Ewing. They were unable to get penetration, but give the Bulls credit. Their defense smothering Knicks, forcing them out of their offensive rhythm.
We haven't forgotten Michael Jordan, of course, and he will dominate our halftime highlights, which are brought to you by Minolta. Experience the magic of Maxim only from the mind of Minolta. Clyde, just talk us through it. It's one after another.
Let's see, we got Air Jordan here. When he's on front of the perimeter, folks, it's going to be a long night. So Jordan off to an auspicious start, wheeling and dealing against Gerald here, shaking him, fading away against Ewing as well.
Also inspired on the defensive end against Gerald Wilkins, which is a pretty good matchup.
One of the best in the game next to Dennis Rodman. Jordan perseveres on the defense. Watch him coming over, smacking this one away from Mustaf. So Jordan always tenacious, sagacious, vivacious, as well as hellacious on this move, scooping and hooping.
Sagacious, was he really that? And on the drive.
Again, watch him against Gerald. Watch his body, folks, and how quick he got off the floor to reject 2 shots by Gerald. So his sagacity, Al, watch this. He stayed down the court on the left side. And this is what the people came to see. Air Jordan, in-flight delight.
And that dunk received the loudest ovation of the first half by far. Here's the book on Michael Jordan. 3 blocks, an assist, and a steal. And there you see the 17-point numbers for the first half on Michael Jordan. Clyde, as one of the greatest players who ever played this game, what kind of things do you think of as you watch Michael play?
Well, his agility, mobility, his hostility. But what I like about him, Al, he's the consummate team player. No matter how much he scores, he's also in assists, he's in steals, he has rebounds. And as you saw, his defense. So you must admire and respect the guy that plays that way.
Once again, Knicks not playing bad, just having a tough time keeping up with the pace and the shooting touch of the Chicago Bulls. We'll get back to Madison Square Garden in a moment. Knicks down by 13. Back at Madison Square Garden, you're looking at the halftime score. This week of basketball at Madison Square Garden continues in a very unique fashion. This Sunday, it'll be the Harlem Globetrotters and their 65th anniversary season. Please be sure to check out the Globetrotters this Sunday. There's the number. Sandra Hodge, who's showing off just a bit, is here. She'll, of course, be with the Globetrotters on Sunday. Can we guarantee the victory over the Washington Generals and Red Clots on Sunday, Sandra?
Most definitely. That's a sure win.
When was the last loss again? Is it still 1977?
No, 1971.
Oh, wow.
That was the last time.
Sandra, you still continue the tradition which began, I guess, 6-7 years ago of a woman on the Harlem Globetrotters. Are they still treating you well?
Oh, I'm their queen and they're my king, so we're getting along great. The tour's going well, and I'm looking forward to playing here at Madison Square Garden.
All right, thanks very much, and that'll happen on Sunday. Sandra Hodge here courtside, Marv. Knicks down by 13. Back to you and John.
All right, now, I don't know. Red Clots, I think, has some surprises for that Sunday night matchup. John, let's take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by StatMan. Excellent shooting by the Bulls. 23 out of 43. Grant was 5 for 5. The Knicks at 48%. Oakley had the hot hand. And in the block shot department, the Bulls with 4. 3 of the 4 by Jordan. You recall the 2 in succession as he was able to reject Gerald Wilkins.
Rather routine first half for the Chicago Bulls. They held their own certainly on the boards. The Knicks missed Patrick Ewing, who got in foul trouble early. Patrick with 9 minutes of play only in the first half, and it cost.
The Bulls with a 55-42 lead on the Knicks. Chicago Bulls with a record of 33-14, leading the Central Division. They've won 3 straight, 4 of the last 5. The Knicks are 21-27. They come off a win Tuesday at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. Beat the Pacers 114-110. But as we said after the game in Indiana on Tuesday night, yes, it was a nice victory, good performance down the stretch, which was a rare occurrence by the Knicks this season. But it will have very little meaning unless the Knicks are able to add to that positive. And that would mean either a victory tonight or a victory against the Cavaliers in Richfield tomorrow. It's a difficult schedule. Knicks face Detroit here Sunday afternoon. But forget about that win if it does not lead to any kind of a streak. On the scoreboard, Miami in front of Denver at the half. And as we mentioned earlier, those trade rumors continue to swirl. The popular name circulating today, Ricky Pierce, reportedly a 3-way deal being discussed. The Knicks do not deny it, but there are salary cap difficulties. Ricky Pierce would come to the Knicks. Mark Jackson might go to LA. There are all kinds of rumors circulating around, and Ken Norman would go from the LA Clippers to the Bucks. Traveling violation called, and the Knicks will take over. The trade deadline is coming up next week, and the Knicks are in a very difficult situation. They put themselves in this situation because I feel they should have made a move coming into the season. I don't know how they could have gone into the season with this ball club and expect that things would be any better. However, they don't want to get into a panic type scenario. Here's Vandeweghe from three-point land. And it is not easy to pull off a trade these days, particularly now as you approach the deadline.
Well, Al Bianchi has said that all along. He doesn't want to make a move just for the sake of making a move. All general managers think that way. However, it appears the Knicks are in that position more than ever where they kind of have to make a move just to make it more interesting for their fans.
Well, it will be unacceptable if they don't make a move. Totally unacceptable. And he knows that. And, of course, his future is a question mark. Here's Oakley. So the Bulls with a 55-44 lead.
Knicks have big work on their hands now in the second half. They've got to shake up the Bulls, who had a very smooth flowing first half.
And here's Wilkins. Wilkins and Cheeks at the guards. Wilkins for Vandeweghe. And Phil Jackson upset. Walks onto the floor and calls a timeout. The Bulls by 9. We'll be right back. Back at Madison Square Garden. There's Craig Hodges walking to the right of Phil Jackson. And in capsule form, as put together by the electronic wizard Holly Singer, 19 in a row in the three-point competition on All-Star Saturday, converted by Craig Hodges to win it from downtown. He does have a quick release, John.
See me sitting him off. I'm right under the basket in the first row.
You did weasel your way in to that position, no question. Back to the live action, Michael Jordan with 19 points. He's now 8 out of 12 from the floor, 2 out of 2 from the line. So the Bulls come out of the timeout and are able to convert immediately. They now lead it by 11. Vandeweghe with the room. Yes.
Very basic, very fundamental. Double team, find the open man, and Vandeweghe came through.
Kiki Vandeweghe has 11. Oakley leads the Knicks with 12. Jordan leading Chicago with 19. Cartwright. A pretty spinning jump shot by Bill Cartwright.
What was the deceptive part of that move is when he put his shoulder into Patrick Ewing, which backs up the defense. Then he goes to the fadeaway, and there's no one there to bother him.
Bulls have an 11-point lead. 2.5 gone by in the third. Ewing off a double team. Rebound snatched by Grant. Here's Pippen. And it's a traveling violation. That will not count.
But Michael came through with the dunk, even though he knew the play was over. Nice guy that he is.
Vandaway played very tight by Pippen. Oakley. Oh, again a strong move. Charles hits the deck on the follow-through.
Best night for moves to the hoop, and that was using the right hand going right.
Bulls 59, Knicks 50. Pippen wide open. 6 points for Pippen. The Bulls by 11.
Vandaway unable to get over the pick to bother Pippen, who has developed a complete game. He's murder going to the basket, but that jump shot is making him a star.
There's Vandaway. Well, Kiki Vandaway has hit his last 2. He has 13. 9-point lead for Chicago.
Just like in Indiana, now the challenge is the defensive end for the Knicks.
Paxson with the open shot. Oakley with the peg for Wilkins. Vandaway stripped. Wilkins on the recovery. The Bulls lead 61-54.
Gerald's hangability, Marv, helps him in situations like that.
Hangability, huh?
Just goes up there and hangs out in the air for a moment.
Crowd getting into it now. Jordan with the head fake. Michael Jordan providing the Bulls with a 9-point ball. Jordan has 21.
Of course, his hangability is automatic. It's always there.
All right, John, use it once, but let's not get crazy.
With Jordan, deserves it.
Ewing on the follow. It has been a very quiet night to this point for Patrick Ewing because of that early foul trouble. That was only his 4th field goal. He has 8. The Knicks trail by 7. Pippen. And Oakley foul by Pippen.
Knicks are in a sequence now, and their fans are picking it up where they're getting something positive done every time down court.
Phil Jackson, one-time New York Knicks, second-year head coach of the Chicago Bulls. He was an assistant under Doug Collins for 2 years and credited for much of the Bulls' defensive improvement. Ewing, yes. Knicks showing some signs. They move within 5. Pippen able to race down. So the Bulls beat the Knicks down the floor.
Well, Pippen feels he is the heir apparent to Michael Jordan, and when you see plays like that, it shows you he's on the right track in his thinking.
Is that AIR? Ewing brings the Knicks within 5. What a clever turn of a phrase, John.
Actually, Marv, it's whatever you want to make of it. It could be HEIR too.
I see. Grant. And Wilkins. Able to move by Pippen. Try to find Ewing. Not pretty, but the Knicks will take it. They have moved within 3.
Interesting, no timeout by Phil Jackson to stop this momentum.
Phil had a notion and changed his mind. Instead, he called the play. Paxson gives it back to Cartwright. 8 on the 24. Paxson shooting. Bulls have gone cold. Knicks in a 12-4 run. They're within 3. They've trailed by as many as 13.
See how quick Pippen was to double team.
Look out. Oh, what a play by Oakley. Ewing. The Chicago lead is down to 1 with just under 5 minutes left in the third.
Oakley led both teams with 5 offensive rebounds in the first half. He's really murdering the Bulls in that department.
Pippen. Wilkins able to elude Jordan. Wilkins. And he'll go to the line. He took an elbow. He was fouled by Pippen. That's 2 on Pippen. And the Knicks red hot here in the third. They've hit 9 of 13 from the field. And Gerald Wilkins can recapture the lead.
They are continuing to do it on the offensive end, and they're very fortunate now that the Bulls are plain missing their shots.
Game tied at 65. Here's Jordan. Bulls 67 and the Knicks 65. The Bulls only 6 for 13 from the floor.
The Knicks know that Jordan will post up. He didn't do it in the first half, but he did it so quickly then, and he got the ball to him so fast, the Knicks were unable to get the double team to come in. That's what they must do. That's what they plan to do.
Here's Ewing, got the step. So Patrick Ewing has come out strong in the third. He's playing with the 3 personals. Ewing has 16. Game is tied at 67.
Isolation. It's Vandeweghe only now with Pippen. Grant came into the picture and took the move away from Pippen.
Oh, good play by Wilkins, but a foul call. Wilkins called for the push. That is his second foul.
Jordan posting up moments ago. Gerald Wilkins tried to front him, but Jordan has a lot of strength, and he just was able to avoid Wilkins, got the ball, and the rest is history. He is so fast. He explodes to the basket.
3.5 remaining in the third. That's a travel. Pippen tried to set up backing Vandeweghe and was called for the traveling violation.
He was just trying to be just like Michael. Same move, not good enough. Scottie Pippen, you're not ready for the mantle.
Oh, you're cruel. Very tough audience. Timeout taken by Phil Jackson. The Knicks have come from 13 back. The game tied at 67. During the timeout just a moment ago, Phil Jackson not happy, persistent with his comments in the direction of the officials, and Phil was hit with a technical foul. Hit with the tee, and Kiki Vandeweghe will go to the line to shoot the technical.
Well, Maurice Cheeks on the jump shot opportunity, unable to make it. Charles Oakley with a remarkable recovery gets it to Ewing. And the Knicks drive continues as they have come to life in a big way here in the third quarter.
Vandeweghe hit the technical foul. Kiki Vandeweghe over the last 11 games, 49 for his last 52 from the line. Knicks lead 68-67. We're coming up on 3 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Good play by Pippen, getting the hand in and stealing the ball from Vandeweghe.
And the foul call on Wilkins. That is 3 on Gerald. Knicks have outscored the Bulls here in the third quarter, 26-12. A good shooting quarter for the Knicks. The Bulls have been off. Wilkins has played Jordan about as well as you could hope for.
Oh,
it does not matter.
And he was on him perfectly.
25 for Jordan. He's 11 out of 15. Bulls 69. The Knicks 68. Second meeting of the season between these two clubs. That's a foul on Jordan, his first. December 7th in Chicago. Bulls beat the Knicks 108-98. Bulls have defeated the Knicks 4 straight times. Here's Quinnett for Vandeweghe. Vandeweghe instrumental in this Knick comeback, leads with 14. The last win over the Bulls, January 15th, 1990, on the Trent Tucker buzzer beater. Wilkins, rebounded by Pippen, And he is fouled. He was sandwiched and hit by Oakley. Mark Jackson returning. That's 3 on Oakley, so 3 apiece on Oakley, Ewing, and Wilkins.
Pippen does a fine job on the boards despite his somewhat slight frame for an NBA forward.
Now Trent Tucker to Gerald Wilkins. Solid game for Wilkins. Leads with 14 along with 5 rebounds. Knicks with a new backcourt. Jackson and Tucker. 2:15 to go in the third. Pippen guarded by Cornette. Goes left, gets the step. Ewing over to help out. It will be Chicago ball. '22nd timeout taken by the Knicks.
22nd timeout.
Bulls with a 1-point lead. They've led by as many as 13. This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. Well, tomorrow night, the Knicks and the Cavaliers from the Coliseum in Richfield, and we'll be on hand to bring it to you starting at 8 o'clock on MSG2. Check your local listings and call your cable operator for channel designations. Tomorrow night, Knicks and the Cavaliers from Cleveland. John Hot Rod Williams is back. Darnell Valentine, by way of a Mexican league, has rejoined the Cavaliers and has played well. He is the starting point guard. Played a couple of weeks in the Mexican league. Did you play there at all, John?
No, but I am considering it in the future, Mark.
Yes, a good idea. Bulls by 1. 1:50 to go in the third. Cartwright. And tipped home by Grant. Good play. Horace Grant is 6 for 8 from the field. He has 14. And the Bulls lead at 71-68.
Grant is a pretty quick jumper, and Oakley had the position, but Grant beat him to it. That's why Oakley must box him out.
Nice pass. Cornette from Oakley. Bulls 71. The Knicks 70. Tucker guarding Jordan. Paxson. That's a 2-pointer for John Paxson.
That's how he lives, off double teams.
Bulls by 3. A minute left in the third. Ewing's pass saved by Oakley. Ewing. Oakley. He was stopped by Pippen. Grant. Basket counts in the foul. A block on Jackson.
Charles still not up. He took a beating in his attempt to get that ball.
And the next first in the last 2 minutes.
The Bulls didn't wait around, though. They exploded down court. Charles, with such a physical effort, couldn't keep his footing. And Pippen, with great speed. Grant, of course, runs the court very well. He's quick. Seems that the Bulls don't miss their layup opportunities.
Grant to the line, looking to complete the three-point play. Only a 66% free throw shooter. New backcourt for Chicago. B.J. Armstrong, Craig Hodges have come on. They both played briefly in the first half. Hodges 7 minutes, only 1 out of 5 from the field. Bulls with a 5-point lead. Kenny Walker is back. Walker with Fournette and Ewing up front. Here is Tucker. Yes. Bulls lead it 75-72. 6 points for Tucker. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Nice pass from Cartwright, finding Armstrong. Chicago leads by 5 with 15 seconds left.
It's a killer when a 6'1" man gets free under the basket for an open layup in a set offense.
We're down to 5 seconds in the quarter. Jackson from Ewing, and Mark Jackson missed the layup. That'll do it. After 3, it's the Bulls 77, and the Knicks 72. As we head to the fourth quarter here at the Garden, the Bulls lead the Knicks 77-72. It is truly celebrity night here in New York. Let's go to Al with MC Hammer.
All right, Marv, of course, MC's keeping in touch with sports. It goes back to the days when he was with the Oakland A's and Charlie Finley helped launch his career. He's got the championship ring to prove it. MC, you're in town for the Grammys. 5 nominations. How you feeling about it?
Well, I'm feeling really good. It's good to be in town. I'm enjoying the ball game. It's a close game. I'm having a lot of fun.
When you watch someone like Michael Jordan, do you get inspired to maybe do some sort of a basketball type song?
Well, actually, there's a basketball movie in the works right now, so I'm out here, picking up some pointers.
Now, talk to me about this doll that came out today, the MC Hammer doll put out by Mattel. Does it do great things? Does it dress well?
Well, it's mostly for the kids to use their imagination, but I'm Barbie's new celebrity friend, so she hangs out with the hammer. It's more or less in the lines of the Barbie doll.
Quick reflections on Michael Jordan.
The most amazing player I've ever seen.
MC, thanks very much, and good luck at the Grammys.
Thank you.
All right, Marv, back to you.
All right, Al, B.J. Armstrong hitting that jumper to give the Bulls a 79-72 lead. Mustaf was stripped by King. Gerard Mustaf returning, replacing Patrick Ewing. A minute gone by in the fourth quarter. The Bulls led by as many as 13 in the first half. Good run by the Knicks in the third quarter off some excellent play and hot shooting. They were able to take the lead briefly, but the Bulls have a 7-point bulge right here. Brent sitting down. Livingston is back. Knicks shooting at 14 for 23. Bulls picked up their shooting after the 4 start.
Knicks had an excellent third quarter also at their 30 points, their best of the 3.
Jackson, one-on-one, backing Armstrong and drew the foul. Well, BJ picking up his first.
Mark Jackson has to give himself a feeling of confidence, and it's very difficult because he doesn't have reason to have it with what's going on in the game for him. So he's got to battle himself and the Bulls very hard.
Jackson drawing the double coverage. Livingston helping out. Good play. Quinette. 3-second violation on the Knicks.
It's a serious defense now being played by the Bulls. They have done a very good job in that department. Over the last 8 games, their opponents have shot way below 50%. 8 games at 43%. And the Knicks got a taste of that good, tough team defense.
Quinette trying to stay in front of his man Pippen. Here's King. Hodges from downtown. Greg Hodges able to convert. The Bulls lead by 10.
Despite his limited playing time, he's hit over 21 this year now for him from 3-point range.
Patrick Ewing getting set to return. Chicago, after the bad spell, turning it in the midst of a 15-4 run. Mustaf with a nice move.
Left hand, he's a right-handed shooter. So smoothly done. You'd think he was a left-handed shooter.
And Mike Mathis with the call against Chicago. Offensive foul on Hodges. Ewing is back, replacing Mustaf. Leaves with 2 field goals for 4. And Scotty Pippen departs. Leaves with 8 points. Bill Cartwright back. Michael Jordan sitting down. Well, Phil Jackson continues to rest Jordan over long stretches of time. Quinette rebounded by Cartwright. Jordan played the entire first quarter, sat out a good portion of the second quarter. And B.J. Armstrong has given the Bulls an 84-74 lead. Jordan played a good portion of the third. He's getting his rest time right now, but you know we will see him shortly.
Knicks take on Dominique Wilkins in the Atlanta Hawks at the Garden on Tuesday night, February 19th. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster at 212-307-7171. The Hawks are tough at home, but bad on the road.
9:03 remaining in this fourth quarter. The Bulls with an 84-74 lead on the Knicks. The high man of the game, Michael Jordan with 25. Michael sitting it out at the moment. And the Knicks led by Patrick Ewing, who has 16. Here is Walker, way off. And Livingston with the rebound. Hodges, met by Jackson, pulls up. Jackson finds Ewing, and he fumbled it. That'll be a goaltend. Ewing got a break. Patrick Ewing upset with himself because he was not able to handle the pass, but comes through off the goaltend.
Cliff Livingston did that for his own ego. He can say, hey, I blocked Ewing's jump shot. That was not a good play by him.
Bulls 84, the Knicks 76. Cartwright drawing the double team. Nice pass for Armstrong.
Well, Mark Jackson double teaming, but no one picking up his man. Again, the little guy hurting the Knicks inside.
DJ Armstrong with a solid performance. He now has 12 in limited playing time. Walker rebounded by Walker. Fouled by Livingston. Kenny Walker will go to the line. Walker to the line for the first time tonight. 74% free throw shooter. Capacity crowd here at Madison Square Garden, 19,081. It is the 6th sellout of the season, where the Knicks have won only 10 out of 24. They have dropped 2 of their last 3 at home. Amazingly, their road record at 11-13, which is not a bad road record, is better than what has taken place here at home.
They are the only team in the NBA with that distinction.
Bulls lead 86-78.
Knicks have to go back to Ewing, their main man, get him rolling again.
Ewing got squeezed. He thought he was fouled. Armstrong off the double team. Ewing was sandwiched and lost it.
Hodges made the key play, too, by slapping that ball forward wisely.
Bulls by 10. Tucker, yes. Trent Tucker has 8 points. Michael Jordan getting set to return, engaged in some amusing conversation at the scorer's table with his one-time teammate, Charles Oakley. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Cartwright. Oh, that's his move, the double pump, able to square up. And Ewing does not want to pick up number 4, so it is advantage Cartwright.
Cartwright's been kind of quiet tonight, but he is formidable as a defender, takes up a lot of space, and the Bulls are very pleased with his play all season long.
Livingston called for his second. Wholesale substitutions. Oakley and Cheeks return. Walker and Jackson sit down. Jordan is back. And here's Pippen. They replace Livingston and Hodges. Tucker will go to the foul line. Next for the Bulls, Saturday night they're home for the New Jersey Nets. Monday they'll play the Cavaliers in Cleveland. After tonight's game, the Bulls play 6 of their next 7 at home, and they come in leading the Central by a half game over Detroit. Trent Tucker missing both free throws and a loose ball foul. Charge to Oakley. That's 4 on Oakley.
Trent Tucker has been shooting a long-range shot well, however. In fact, coming in tonight, he finds himself tied with George McLeod for the best three-point shooting percentage in the NBA at 45%.
Trent had not made many appearances at the free throw line prior to those misses. Only 9 for 10 for the season. Cartwright keeps it alive. King's pass rejected. Last touch by Oakley. The Bulls have 17 on the shot clock. But first, timeout taken by Phil Jackson. 6 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Rebound for Oakley. Gerald Wilkins on the drive.
Remember, when you're having good times with friends, use good sense and drink responsibly. Please know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Well, Michael Jordan has a new video on the market, a video that includes Michael showing off his dance steps. Here's a glimpse of Michael Jordan's playground video.
I know you like playing alone, but do you mind if I shoot with you?
It don't stop. Don't stop. It don't stop.
Very nice. Michael out of the Strasburg school. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Jordan with the fadeaway. And handled by Oakley.
Knicks have very few minutes to make their move now as this thing winds down. They've got to go into overdrive.
And Maurice Cheeks has rarely looked for the shot. When he has, he's been off. The Bulls with a 10-point lead. Jordan, oh, what a pass for King. Michael Jordan, veering left, somehow was able to locate Stacey King. The Bulls lead 92-80.
And how about the delivery? How he got him the ball.
Pretty pass from Cheeks. Locating Vandeweghe. 92-82. With 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Pippen up front with King and Cartwright. Jordan and Armstrong are at the guards. Jordan played by Wilkins. Knicks trailing by 10. Cheeks and Wilkins at the guard. Ewing, Oakley, Vandeweghe up front. Cheeks. Bulls lead 92-84. 4:15 remaining in the fourth.
Bulls spreading out the offense now, trying to find holes, make the Knicks come out wide.
6 on the 24. Down to 3. Down to 2. Just did beat the 24-second clock. The Knicks down by 8 with the ball. Just under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here is Gerald Wilkins.
In that last sequence, Ewing did not go for the Stacey King fake.
Wilkins with the steal, and he's fouled by Jordan. Second committed by Michael Jordan. Horace Grant back, replacing Stacey King. Solid game for King. 8 points, 9 rebounds.
Those games have been too infrequent by him for the Bulls this year.
Vandeweghe. Ewing on the recovery. Bulls by 6.
Not bad for a showbiz dunk by Patrick Ewing.
Ewing has 20. 3:15 remaining in the fourth. The Knicks with 6 consecutive points. Pippen. Cartwright gets to it, and Ewing and Oakley converge. And Oakley threw it away. And John McLeod, who was able to pick it up on the second hop, very upset.
Oh, that was an opportunity for the Knicks to get so much closer, and Charles just got sloppy.
2:50 to go in the fourth. It will be Nick Ball. Cartwright, forcing the issue, stepped out. So the Knicks get a break. They get it back. They're down by 6. Wilkins lost it. Another costly turnover.
So frustrating for John McLeod and the Knicks when they get opportunities and they let them slide through their hands, as the ball just did with Gerald Wilkins.
And we have seen this pattern right throughout the season. The bad plays in the final minutes in situations which have just killed this club. They had 2 opportunities and they turned it over. 3 on the 24. Pippen. We're coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the 4th. And John McLeod calling for the timeout. The Bulls 94. The Knicks 86. We'll be back after these messages.
Well, the Knicks are working hard, but they're hurting themselves with plays like this. John McLeod couldn't help but pick that ball up, show his frustration. John went from basketball to baseball to softball on that delivery. The Knicks had 12 turnovers in the first half. That was their 3rd of the second half, but crucial moments they have come.
And the timeout rundown showing the Knicks with 2 left, a full and a 20. Bulls lead 94-86. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Ewing draws the double team. Cheeks from downtown. Rebound, Cartwright. And the Bulls will try to use as much of the clock as possible. Nursing the 8-point advantage. Now down to 5 on the 24. Jordan lost it. Down to 2. Jordan forcing. And it will be Nick Ball. Minute 25 remaining in the 4th. Bulls seeking to make it 5 straight wins over the Knicks. They won the earlier meeting in Chicago.
The Bulls foul charged to Scottie Pippen.
Pippen picks up the foul. And with the Bulls over the foul limit, Kiki Vandeweghe will go to the line. He's 1 for 1 from the free throw line.
Bulls have succeeded in quieting Patrick Ewing, who was on a roll several minutes ago. Patrick out there, but they have denied him the ball, and the Knicks have not gone to him that much.
The Bulls by 7. It's been a quiet 4th quarter for Michael Jordan. 0 for 3 from the field. He did his damage earlier, in particular in the 1st quarter. He's the high point man with 25. Chicago by 6. Knicks go to pressure. The double up on Pippen. Able to get it to Grant. Feeds Jordan. That looked very easy, but well done by the Bulls, who now lead 96-88. Jordan with the steal. There it goes.
I've never seen him have so many dunks in New York as he has tonight.
A late show being provided by Michael. The Bulls by 10. 55 seconds remaining in the 4th. Cheeks. Knicks have missed more than their share of layups. Pippen. Showtime continues for the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago bench enjoying it. Vandeweghe from Ewing. The Bulls with a 100-90 lead. And the Knicks continue their difficulty here at home. They drop to 10 and 15 at Madison Square Garden, with Cleveland coming up on the road tomorrow, and then the defending world champion Detroit Pistons Sunday afternoon here in New York. 3 on the 24. Paxson, and the Bulls lead it 102-90. And once again, John McLeod cannot be pleased about what he has seen here tonight. Not that the Knicks played a poor game, But again, they did not have it in the fourth quarter. And what would certainly have to be symbolic of their ways this season, 2 bad plays, a couple of turnovers that hurt the club down the stretch.
Seemed also, Marv, that Ewing lost his intimidating presence after that first half sensitivity to foul problems. So he ends the game with 3, but he had a couple more to give, and he got kind of soft in the second half.
Knicks dropped to 21 and 28. The Bulls now 34 and 14. They've won 4 in a row. They win it by 10. We'll be back in a moment.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, the Chicago Bulls withstand a little bit of a charge in the third quarter by the Knicks and run on to win 102-92 as the Knicks troubles at Madison Square Garden continue. The Evian Natural Spring Water player of the game was Michael Jordan, who did most of his damage in the first quarter and late in the fourth. He finishes with 29. Michael Jordan, 13 of 20 from the floor with 3 blocked shots. But another part of the 1-2 punch for Chicago up front was Horace Grant tonight. 7 of 9 from the floor, 8 rebounds, 16 points. At times he did it quietly, but at all times he did it effectively for the Chicago Bulls up front. And Horace Grant has been part of this mix. You'll watch there as he is able to get the better part of this break and turn it into something special for the Bulls. And Horace Grant joins us now at courtside. Horace, I think the way the Bulls are playing now must please most of the team members and Phil Jackson. I mean, every time the Knicks came at you, the Bulls had just a little extra to push in front.
Well, when we're moving the ball and moving ourselves and getting everyone involved in offense, you know, we're hard to beat. And the coaching staff is pleased with our offense, but our defense definitely have to step up because they scored maybe 15 to 16 times in the third quarter.
I can't help but think as I watch your team with all the emphasis that's placed on Michael, both off the court and on the court, that it's difficult for players to keep their own identity. How has Phil Jackson and how have the Bulls and how have you handled that?
Well, we know within ourselves and with the team that, you know, Michael can't, you know, beat 5 guys by himself. So, you know, we let the media and whoever think that, you know, he can, you know, we just go out and help him the best way we can, and that's doing the necessary things to win a ball game.
How do you define your role on this team?
As a defensive player and a rebounder, and if the scoring is there, I accept it.
Well, you didn't take many shots. You took 9, but you made 7, so that's important. Tell me about the 9 shots. What goes into the selection of those?
Well, you know, if I get the ball in the right position, I'm going to take the shot. If not, I'm going to pass, and tonight I was 7 for 9, and that's okay.
The Bulls are in the top 5 in the league in terms of record. How do the Bulls feel about themselves, though, in terms of where they rank in the NBA?
Well, we're pleased with ourselves, but we can't get overconfidence because the fact that, you know, Detroit is right there, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and Boston is there, so we can't get overconfidence.
The way the Knicks played tonight is not indicative of how they've played in the past few weeks, but I'm sure you've seen glimpses of how the Knicks played. You saw them play in Chicago. Did you see a little bit of an improvement in the way the Knicks played tonight?
Well, definitely, especially in the third quarter. You know, we know they were going to make a surge, and we just had to keep our poise and stand it. You know, I think they're really coming together right now. You know, I think there may be not a couple of players short, but, you know, they have to play together. They have the unit. The unity isn't there like it was in the past.
Horace, one last question. Now, the Knicks fans don't get to see Michael come in very often. As I said a moment ago with you here, he made a big mark in the first quarter, and then in the last 5 or 6 minutes, he put another mark on it. He finished with 29, maybe 1 point or 2 off his season average. How would you characterize his performance tonight?
Excellent. I think in the first quarter, you know, he really started getting things going, but in the last minute or two, he really took the game over with a couple of steals and a couple of dunks, and that's what we need from Michael.
Well, Horace, for all the attention he gets, it's hard not to look at the stat sheet and see the contribution that you make to this Bulls team. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Horace Grant has been our guest here courtside, and you'll take a look at a glimpse of his performance tonight. Just to recap once again, 7 of 9 from the floor, perfect from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 16 points. Horace Grant of the Chicago Bulls, part of their 10-point victory. Receive a Be My Guest restaurant certificate from American Express, honored at restaurants in the U.S. and Canada, accepting the American Express card. Be My Guest, the perfect wedding anniversary or thank you gift. To order with the card, call 1-800-535-GIFT. Membership has its privileges. Want to take you back to the key moment in the game. The Knicks came to within 6, 92-86. Charles Oakley with a key rebound and then threw the ball where nobody was. That is, except for John McLeod. And oh, did it hurt to see that? The Bulls went on to win by 10. Back to the Garden in a moment. The Chicago Bulls 102, the New York Knicks 92. The Chicago Bulls rolling now. They've won 4 straight and continue to tie the best start in franchise history set by the team in 1971-72 that finished second in its division. The leading scorers from tonight's game are brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers, Advantage Jeep and Eagle. Michael Jordan, as I said, finished with 29 points, 2 rebounds, 3 block shots. He was 13 of 20 from the floor. Grant, 16 points. We just finished detailing his numbers at length. B.J. Armstrong off the bench with 14. Scottie Pippen with an unspectacular but effective 12. Bill Cartwright did a good job defensively all night on Patrick Ewing. 12 points, drew the early fouls, and Patrick Ewing in the first half was not a factor. Good overall balanced effort for Chicago. Kiki Vandeweghe had 22 points, shot 9 of 13, but again, the Knicks couldn't find him down the stretch when they were just not a clutch basketball team. Patrick Ewing finished with 20, 10 of 16 from the floor. Only 2 buckets by Ewing in the fourth quarter. Gerald Wilkins, 14. Overall, his matchup with Michael Jordan was fun to watch. He finished 6 of 15 from the floor. Well, that is the story here tonight at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks would like to think that the All-Star break rejuvenated their enthusiasm, gave them a fresh beginning, and they got a taste of that with some clutch play to beat the Indiana Pacers just a couple of nights ago. Tonight, they wasted a very strong and impressive effort in the third quarter, which had the Garden on their feet. They tied the game at 67. They even came within 6 with about 2.5 minutes to go in this game. But again, as I said, the Knicks just did not get the key play or the key hoop when they absolutely needed it. And the betterness of the Chicago Bulls played through 102-92. We'll take a look at the Nobody Beats the Wiz NBA update. A reminder that we'll have a full sports desk report at halftime of Pac-10 basketball coming up later here on MSG. In the fourth quarter, the Seattle Supersonics lead the Orlando Magic by a bunch. Also in the fourth, the Miami Heat are crushing the Denver Nuggets in a high-scoring affair in Miami. At halftime, Detroit and Milwaukee are tied up in a key Central Division game. At the half, the San Antonio Spurs leading Phoenix by a score of 55-49. And at the half, Houston with a huge lead over the Washington Bullets. That is good news for the Knicks, who came into tonight's game leading the Bullets by just 1/2 game. As we continue in this NBA update, it'll be a late start for the Boston Celtics out at the Oakland Coliseum. They're taking on the Warriors, and Philadelphia and Sacramento also with that late left coast start. We'll get back to Madison Square Garden with some final words, but again, it was the Bulls in front.